Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. In this video I want to share how I spring clean my kitchen. I clean all my cupboards from top to bottom, clean light fixtures, behind the stove, behind the fridge, and I start at the top. I clean this top of the cupboards where it's like dust and grease collection. Last year I did a really good job cleaning it, so this year it wasn't too bad, and I do this the whole way around the kitchen. And then I move on to top of my cupboards where I take everything out, sort through everything, make sure things aren't in there shouldn't be, go through my medication, throw out expired medication. It's important to do this. I do this more than once a year. I do this probably every, I would say, 2 months, 3 months or so, just to make sure that all the meds are up to date. I sort out my teas, and then I also use the basket to store all my bottles, take long bottles. The next shelf I do the same thing and just give everything a good wipe down and put everything back, arrange it, organize it, and wash it. After I'm done my upper cabinet in this section, I move on to the lower ones. I was doing section by section because it took me literally all week to do this, because I was doing it for about 45 minutes to an hour each day. This is my junk drawer, so I like to organize it by like items. Next drawer is my tea drawer, and this is a drawer that I'm really trying to keep all my teas just to that. The extra teas that I have on my shelf are if they're on sale, I'll buy a large tin and then I just transfer it to the smaller tins in here. And my third drawer holds all my food wrap, food bags, fruit storage bags, and the last drawer is my kitchen rags. And I don't know how this happened, how all these things ended up at the bottom of it. I really am not a very big fan of corner cabinets. I used to have a Lazy Susan in my old house with a corner cabinet. I did not like that either. But it's just, I find it's a waste of space that can be used. So in this one I use all my stone, I keep all my stones and my cast iron pots. And the next one is my mugs, which I shared all my mugs. I will link it down below if you want to see it, or Eye in the Sky. And my plates and my bowls are here that I use every day. This is my more of a decorative cabinet that I just keep decorative items in this cabinet. This is my little tiny cabinet that I keep my salt, pepper, and my coconut oil here. And then we move on to utensil drawer. I am not showing you how I clean my pantry or under my sink because I have shared those videos already, so I will link those up in the corner. And I give everything a good wash. In this drawer I keep my lunch items, my lunch containers for the kids, and this is always a constant mess. No matter how I organize it, it's always a mess. The above my pantry, I keep all my cutting boards and my salad spinner and extra prepping bowls. And above the fridge are just all my protein powders and my extra snacks. And this is another corner cabinet where I keep all my pots and pans, and I also keep my mixers in here and the lids for the pots and pans. And this is what happens when you leave kids in charge of garbage. There's stuff everywhere. I had to take everything apart, wash everything, then I had to put wet paper towels to soak up the mess on the bottom because I could not get it off. And then it finally came off and I put it back together. The garbage bins were disgusting. I washed them and then I let them soak. I actually wanted to put bleach in them, but I didn't have any bleach, so I ended up putting some toilet bowl cleaner in there because it had bleach in it. The next thing after my cabinets were done, I moved on to my light fixtures and I gave them a good cleaning and dusting. And the last thing that I did was move out my stove and my fridge. And actually it wasn't too bad behind my stove and my fridge. I haven't done this since summertime. But the side of the stove was disgusting. I don't know how this happened. So this took a bit of elbow, what is it called? An elbow grease to get it off. Here is the situation underneath my fridge. A little worse than the stove, I guess. I'm not quite sure why, but now I'm not going to be able to show you how I clean this because there obviously isn't enough room. So I'm just going to sweep this up and wash the floor and the baseboards. So I got it all done. Best that I could, but it's still wet. The last thing that I have to do for today is I have to take that greenery off and give it a good wash. I already took one upstairs, so I will be taking this one up and giving it a wash in my shower. Here they are in the shower. I'm just running water on them. I have put some soap. I'm just using like a laundry soap on them, and then I'm gonna just rinse the soap off. Here what's in the cupboard. So this is the very first cupboard, and I have my extra tea, flu and cold medicine. I have gone through all the medicines throughout what expired and what didn't. I kept, and then I have my tea and coffee travel mugs, and then all the water mugs and some smoothie mugs, cups are here. Water bottles and smoothie cups are here. I just think it keeps everything more organized that way and nothing's falling over. And then moving on to the next one, everything's fairly labeled, fairly good, labeled good, I guess. So it's got the citrus press, lids for all of these glass containers, measuring cups, spoons, and then a scale. So I love using these little measuring bowls, cups for meal prep, like for when I'm cooking, to chop up stuff and keep it in there. They're great for storing some fruit to take along and things like that. This is actually a full soup serving, so if I want to use them, I use them for freezing the soup. And then I have my measuring cups, my salad maker thingy. It just kind of gives you measurements when you're making salad dressings, and my cheese shredder. And then I have my big tea containers and all my steeping tea mugs here, and then just drinking cups. Then when I move down here in these drawers, I have my junk drawer, and I just try to keep things alike. So things like screwdrivers, electrical tape, or any other type of tool thingies, and some keys that I'm not quite sure who they belong to are in there. Just some pens, some change, just pins and elastics, and then little office stuff, and you can see already people got into it. And then just some like beauty and personal care stuff in here, and then just a whole bunch of notepad, checkbook, and odds and ends on a side. This is my tea drawer, and I just keep all my tea supplies in here. And then all my food storage Ziploc bags are in here. And then the bottom one has my rags, cleaning rags, dish rags, and oven mitts. In here, we have a tea kettle and a frother. I also keep my strainers in there. I don't think you can see this very well, but and then back there I have some stones that didn't fit into the tray, and my cast iron, my big cast iron pot. These I use for defrosting meat for dinners, and then just my stone muffin pans. Then over here I did a whole separate video on organizing this, so it's just under the sink, so I won't get too much into it. You can check that video, I will link it in the corner. Then moving on to this one, I have actually decided to keep the Corningware from the corner cabinet over here, just because I wasn't using it in that corner cabinet because it wasn't accessible, but I thought it's a great way to store leftovers. So I put it over here to see if I'm gonna use it. If not, then I'm just gonna go out with it, because I think it's been in that corner for over a year and I never reached for it once. So we'll see. Then my coffee mugs, I actually did a video yesterday, posted on YouTube, that you can watch to see my whole Disney mug collection if you wish so. And then my plates, most of them are in a dishwasher, and just my bowls. And then this is a decorative corner, so I just keep some decorative items in here. I got salt and pepper shakers, chip, and then sugar and creamer, and just a pitcher. And then moving over here is my utensil drawer, and I just keep my food clips there. My big salad and fork, a spoon and fork for salads are back there, and then just steak knives, lighter, and these are the scrapers for my stone. And then over here, oh, not yet. And then in a corner here, I just have some homemade vanilla, which I have to add more vodka to, and then baking soda and baking powder. Then I have my salt, pepper, my sea salt, my Himalayan salt, a fresh ground pepper mill, and then other seasonings back there, and then there's coconut oil. And I think I have toothpicks behind here. We don't really use them, but sometimes I have people that do. And then in this one, I just have all my other kitchen utensils, and I try to kind of keep them all alikes together, so anything that cuts is in there. So I've got salad scissors, I've got meat shears in there, I've got these meat shears in there, and then over here are just some scoops. I also keep this egg strainer in there, then spatulas, and a produce scrubber, and then these are just cheese knife, vegetable peel, and vegetable peelers. And then I have can openers and a slicer and some garlic, which I'll just put it here. This is you put a garlic and you peel it, garlic peeler, garlic press, meat thermometer, some of these brushes, pastry brush and meat brush, and another lighter, and then just big knives are in here. And then over here is the school Tupperware that I use for school lunches. It's all in here. I guess putting things properly away is too difficult. So down here I just keep my food storage bins for vegetables, fruits, and for leftovers. A lot of them are being in use. And in the corner here I keep my pots and pans, and it almost never looks like this. It's always a mess. And then over here I have my Ninja, my handheld mixer, and my handheld blender, is it? Or yeah, I think that's what they're called, the immersive blender. And then all the lids. I've tried keeping the lid organizer, but it doesn't work at all. So this is the best thing that I found for it is this. And I don't use lids that often, so it's not a big deal. The garbage thing is cleaned. The bins are still soaking because they were disgusting. And once they're done, I'll just put them back in. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I am so glad I got my kitchen all cleaned up, and hope you liked it. If you did, I would love for you to give me a thumbs up. And if this is your first time on my channel, I would love for you to press that subscribe button and a notification bell so you don't miss out any of the new videos that I post. And again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, hope you guys have a wonderful day.